The role of international students in the Canadian economy has become a topic we all need to talk about. As the government continues to reduce the number of study permits they approve yearly, we all need to ask ourselves, are international students at the cause of this problem? Are international students the reason why we are having a job and housing crisis in Canada?
99% of economic growth in Canada is reliant on newcomers to keep coming to this country, full stop. And so the core of the levels plan is critical, and Mark and it's a delicate balancing act to get it right with the comprehensive approach that he's mapped out. But there's something else. By 2032, our entire growth as a country, population growth, will be based on newcomers coming to this country.
My answer is no. My name is Taiwo, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching me, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button. International student has been a major boost to the Canadian economy. Like, we all need to ask ourselves, why did the government increase the number of study permit approval from 200,000 to 600,000 in 2022? Back in 2011, Canadians' yearly study permit approval has always been 200,000 yearly. But in 2022, they increased it to to 600,000 due to the job market crisis the government, the country is facing. They believe if an international student comes in, they'll study, and as soon as they're done, they have a postgraduate work permit. All these are pathways, all these are benefits for the student to stay in the country, to be able to, to boost the economy, boost the job crisis the country is facing. Now, you sent over 600,000 visa application to international students to coming into your country. Most schools did not provide accommodation to all these students. Most schools did not provide availability, like they don't have the resources, to accommodate most of these students.
And this is also against a backdrop. I'll go into a sector of the economy right now. 400,000 skilled trades workers will retire by 2032. It's the great tsunami. It's just happening. Demographics is destiny. That's why Mark and I and our departments are working so closely together, and we have broken down silos between our ministries so that immigration and labor market needs are very closely tied together.
Because they don't have the capacity to undo most of, schools back in 2022, back in 2021, different schools are using this opportunity to create a fake course, a fake degree, like a degree that's supposed to take 3 months are being extended to 7 months just to, to cash out for most of these students. Most of these schools don't have the capacity to handle most of these mass populations of these students that are coming. And an international student yearly in Canada pays more than $20,000 to schools, to colleges, more than $20,000 yearly. How do you want them to cope? They will have to go out, then start looking for accommodation for themselves, which later affected the housing crisis in the country. And it's not even about the international student. We need to also look back.
The other piece, though, is that with all the building that we're doing, the things that we want to achieve, we've got another demand of about 300,000 more skilled trades workers. So you can see that we have a challenge of making sure we have enough people with the right skills to get the right training to fit into the jobs that are needed so that we can grow the country.
No, we have to look back. Like, you sent over 600,000 temporary visa to the Ukrainians. You sent, the government sent over 40,000 visa to the Syrian, sent over 20,000 visa to the Afghanistan. When the United States moved out from Afghanistan, they sent temporary immigrants to some of their staffs, Some of the Afghans that are living, that are working with their staffs, in Afghanistan, 20,000 visas to come into this country, all in 2022. 600,000 to international students, over 600,000 visa was issued to the Ukrainians, 40,000 to the Syrian, 20,000, to Afghan, and to all, like, apart from that, also people that comes in and they applied for a refugee, all those included. Now, at the end of the day, you know, these people comes into this country, they started looking for accommodation, they started looking for job, they started looking for things to do, which now affected the economy, which affected the housing crisis, which affected the job market. But most what people are saying is international students. The cry out there is that, oh, international student, but international students are not the cause. I'm not an international student in this country. Like, seriously. But if we all look at it, these people are spending to this country. These people are, these people are spending thousands. Not everybody has 20,000 in their bank account, but most international students are spending more than that, to support themselves in this country. And what are they doing? They are only working 20 hours a week. But what people will be like is that, oh, international students are the cause, international students are. To me, no. What people don't really understand is that a refugee in Canada has more benefits, receive more benefits than international student. Like, someone that comes into the country to claim a refugee receive more benefits. Like, international students in Canada, they don't receive anything from the government. Instead, they are the ones spending to support, to boost the economy. A refugee in Canada and, like, receive money, receive so many housing, accommodation, receive so many other benefits, from the government. An international student does not receive anything. And at the end of the day, even the PR, people will be like, PR is not guaranteed for international. But if you look back then, permanent resident has always been guaranteed for international students. But because of the mass population that comes in within the last 5 years, it makes this, vulnerable set of people minority in this country. Because back then, coming into Canada as an international student has always been a guarantee that, oh, at the end of your study, you can, if you want to stay, you can come in and you become a permanent resident. But now, the story has been changing that, oh, permanent residence is not guaranteed for international. It's because of the too much of, influx of people that are coming in left, right, and center. The border, people coming in as a visitor's visa to claim an asylum, people coming in through the border, through this, through that, from Mexico, from this to claim asylum. Then it affected the economy. But what people are saying is that international students are the cause of the problem. These people work hard. Like, most international students work hard to put food on their table. Most international students work hard to survive in this country. Most back home, due to the exchange rate in their country and everything, most of them struggle, because back home, what you exchange rate of last year is not for this year. due to the economy that is happening all around the world. Exchange rate of 6 months ago is not now. Most of them are being sponsored by their parent back home, and the amount they exchange, their currency into the Canadian dollar increase almost every, depending on the country, every month, most of the time. What you will exchange 1,000 rupee into Canada last 6 months is not what you exchange it right now. The same thing with the naira, with the same thing with all the other currency back home, in Africa, in Middle East, and everything, due to the economy, due to the crisis happening around the world. So we need to ask ourselves, these people are just minority. They're coming into this country because the government invited them. They're coming into this country because the government need them for the dying economy, for the job crisis, for to boost the country. They are not the cause of this problem. My name is Taiwo, and this will be the end of my video. If you like what I say, don't forget to click. If you want to join the discussion, don't forget to drop a comment, below, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.